Hello, hello, hello. Sir David the Bard. I was just got done spanking one of the little kangaroos. You know, it's hard to spank a kangaroo. I don't know where their butt is, you know. I guess it's by the tail or whatever. I don't know. But as long as you don't mark them or abuse them, I guess it's okay to discipline them. I wanted to do a subject. Sir David the Bard here, coming to you out of the hometown of Kangaroo City down here in Australia. You know, I travel a lot. I go out to the mailbox. But that's a lot of travel for me anyway. Mercy's parents did get their visa. They'll be... Hi, babe. You're on a million people. Can you get me a breakfast?
Yeah, I'm upstairs. You always do this to me.
Hey, upstairs, don't... leave my door open. The air conditioner's on. Fix me a breakfast. Don't be such a mean child. I'm just like you. Just like you. My kids act just like your kids. I am no guru. I'm a rugu, but not a guru. Anyway, I travel a lot, and when I'm not at the mailbox, I'm actually in my car. I have 12,000 miles on my new car. It's 2 months old. Jesus. I'm just in that sucker all the time. Anyway. Here's something that has bothered me for a long time about human beings, and I can't explain it because being bipolar, I have no curiosity. Generally, well, not wait, let me back up just a little bit. If yes, I am going to go there. I have curiosity in certain areas, but in life, I don't have any curiosity. I don't care what you're doing. I could care less. Anyway, when you're driving down the road and there's an accident, now I don't care if it's a 2-lane road, a 7-lane freeway, I don't care what it is, and there's flashing lights and there's people wobbling on the side of sheets over people. Let me tell you, my friends, you're sick. You're a sick society. Why do you make the traffic jam worse by having to look over? Are you hoping to see a dead person? Are you hoping to see somebody with their head cut off and it's just flopping in the... What the hell are you looking at? It's an accident. It's sad. Somebody may not be going home tonight. Someone's probably going to go to a hospital. The fender bender car repair places are going to get some business. There's going to be fire engines. There's going to be ambulances in case people are hurt. And maybe a helicopter would drop down and, pick up a hurt person. Now let me tell you something. Nothing pisses me off more than the road is totally clear. There's nothing on the road. But all the drivers slow down to 20, 25 and look for dead people. Now, let me tell you something. I've told you this in a couple of videos back. Well, 1,000 videos back. I stopped at an accident when I was a BYU student, and back in those days, there weren't a lot of gas stations or facilities in the desert out there. I drive from BYU to California, my hometown, home state, and I pulled over and stopped to see if I could help. In those days, I would try to help, not curiosity, help. Well, I went over, and here's a group of 12 or so people standing in the true order of prayer, looking at this poor girl dying, and not doing a thing. They're just watching her die, and I'm going, holy shit, what's wrong with these adults? Because I was only probably 19. And so anyway, I just quickly said to all of them, because I was coming in late on the event, what's wrong? I said, oh, she fell out the back window when the car turned over, and she's dying. I said, why isn't anyone doing anything? And they looked like deer caught in the headlights. You stupid bastards. So I knelt down, and it was bad. She had lacerations and, burping up blood and blood everywhere, and, it was an ugly scene. Certainly it was ugly. She was seriously hurt. So anyway, I started giving her mouth to mouth, and every time I breathe in, she'd spit up blood coming out. So you know she had serious internal injuries. But I kept trying, and pretty soon a lady came up, and she said, I'm an emergency room nurse. And I said, okay. She says, keep going, keep going. So she took her pulse, and I kept breathing for her. Back in those days, we didn't have any damn cell phones. No way to call a hospital or an ambulance. Back in those days, we didn't have helicopters or whatever. So she was watching her pulse and looked at me every time I breathed, and then pretty soon, after about 5 minutes, the nurse goes, she's gone. Now, I don't know if you've ever had anybody die in your arms. You know, I did. Well, I got up, went over a little bit more private, and started just throwing up all over the place. Blood was everywhere, all over my clothes, who knows, brains, other kinds of organs, who knows what was on me. I don't think dying is a spectator sport. I think dying is a very humanized, I don't like the word sacred because that implies a God, and I'm atheist. A privacy, a diplomacy. When we die, we may die in pain and be screaming and yelling and really not ourselves. We may just, like me, I'm just going to die in this chair here and turn on the video and you say, holy shit, the bar's not talking today. 911. That's how I'm going to go. I know I'm going to go that way. So anyway, I don't think watching people die is a sport or is entertainment. Is it sad? If they're young and healthy and have much life to live, I think it's sad. Elderly people, I don't think it's sad. I think it's a relief from pain, misery, and a miserable current existence. Well, anyway, I got back to the car and drove on to California. I stopped at another. Oh God, there's my baby girl. God, this is the good girl. Oh, look at this. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast. God, I love kids. That kangaroo got me something to eat, and that was sweet. Thank you, little kangaroo. You're sweet. That's my Allison. Oh God. She's Jekyll and Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. So anyway, should I eat in front of you? Yes. My sugar's low, guys. I stopped at another accident. When I was at BYU, I was really a Dudley Do-Right. I wanted to help people, and I stopped, pull people out of the ditch. They're stuck in the snow and other kinds of things. Well, I stopped at this other accident, and I see this father, I found out later, he's a father, holding the mother down in a ditch. Now, ordinarily, that's not something you want to see. Is it domestic violence? Is it, a man gone wild on sex? I don't know. So, I go over to him and I say, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm restraining my wife. I said, why? And he says, well, go up and look at up on the road, and our baby's up there. Now again, I'm not curious. Generally, I'm not curious. Naked women is the only thing I'm curious about. Other than that, I could care less what's going on in this world. So I go up onto the roadway. He had a really nice 4x4, and it was turned over, and all the lights on top were broken, and I don't know what he did, or just turned over. So underneath the truck, I'm crawling. In those days, I could fit under a truck. Nowadays, I just have to lift the son of a bitch and look under it. But here's a baby underneath the truck, dead and decapitated. I'm almost 70. This probably happened, 20 years ago? It's 50 years. It's a half a century. And I can feel that feeling and see that event as if it was yesterday. I took a little baby blanket that happened to be there, and I covered the baby up. Why the hell would you people slow down to bask in the misery of other humans? I cannot understand it. When I come to an accident, I just keep my eyes on the road, drive, and be safe. I feel bad inside that somebody made a mistake, somebody's hurt, some cars are destroyed, the police and other people have to be, activated. But I've seen 2 dead people on the road, and that's enough. And I didn't want to see dead people. I pulled over to help. I didn't cause another accident with 900 cars piled up, and you got to take a look at it. Oh, good, they're hurt. We're not. Homie, don't roll that way. I just don't understand it. There's no reason for the traffic jam. Of course, you need to slow down a little bit because you have people on the side of the road and first responders and other kinds of things. But you don't need to be doing one of these. Get your goddamn face in the front of the car and drive. I have said for years and years, when there's an accident, you need a specialized crew that puts up a wall, a canvas wall. So all the people on the road, they can't see shit. You're not going to teach them. They're crude, rude animals. It's kind of like the buzzards flying over a dead body. That's the way humans are when there's other humans hurt. They're not stopping to help. If you want to help, or if you have a God, pray to the God. I don't know. But I think on an accident, there should be a unit that comes right out and does like a chain link fence sheet, canvas right in front so nobody can see. You just say, oh shit, look, there's the sheet. I bet there's some dead people behind it. What are you going to do? You can't fix stupid people. You can't fix stupid people. I'm sorry. So anyway, those of you that are looking over there, remember the words of the bard. Screw you. Are you hoping that they're really suffering and you're glad that you're not? Are you hoping that maybe you'll make a donation to somebody that's in that problem? Are you hoping that a child has been killed? Are you hoping that the misery that you're seeing there makes you feel good inside? You're sick. You're sick, sick, sick. So anyway, we got to slow down. We got to be reasonable. But gawking and what do you call that? Head jerking? No. That must be something else. I heard that in high school. Head jerking. No. What is that when you? I don't remember. Say, dementia can be a good thing. I can't remember my first 5 wives. I can't remember them at all, and that's a good thing. Goosenecking is that what it's called? Head jerking, goosenecking. I don't know anymore. But you know what I mean? Look, I'm going to give you a demonstration. Whatever you want to call that. So you can call it, oh God, hear the words of my mouth 3 times. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth, the true order of prayer. There's Monson. He's afraid I'm not going to come back. He is afraid I'm not going to come back before he dies. I'm not going to answer his text. All right. Hello, President Monson. Yeah, I know. I'm on the video. Can you call back in just a minute?
Yeah.
Why? Is it an emergency? So anyway, I was at Monson's funeral. I'm hoping to be at Monson's funeral. I was at Packer's funeral. I drove right through Salt Lake City. I flew in, and I was thinking I could get a ticket to get in there. I couldn't. I got a ticket to leave town. Jail, or what they call that with Joseph Smith, late bail. Get out of town or you're going to jail. So I saw him lined up outside the temple to go to his funeral, and they said there were 5,000 people there. You know, I saw a picture of the tabernacle. It looked like it was full, but the camera was kind of hiding another 1,000 seats behind it. They may have had everybody move forward because looks are everything to the Mormon Church. So anyway, I do want you to have Health and Enable, Marrow on the Bones. What else? The Power of the Priesthood. No, Health and Enable, Marrow on the Bones. Strength in the loins and in the ascending. Power and the Priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. Don't cut my throat, don't rip my heart out, and don't do any more penalties with my stomach. And for God's sake, if you Mormons slow down for accidents and you just do the head jerker, the tear jerker, the goosenecker, whatever it's called, you know, give them a couple of pale ales. Give them, oh God, hear the words, I hope they're okay, I hope they're okay. Don't be so gross and crude that you're hoping to see a dead child on the side of the road.